Yes, guys, welcome to That's Offside, brought to you by Gambling.com, the weekly Premier League show where fans go head-to-head in more ways than one. Now, don't forget to check out our sponsor, Bet442. Their sign-up options are on the screen and in the description. T's and C's apply. Remember, gamble responsibly. Right. It is a huge fixture this weekend. It's Manchester City versus Liverpool, so we need two guests that know these clubs inside out. On my right, we have Stephen McInerney representing Man City, and on my left, we have Laurence McKenna representing Liverpool. Huge game, guys. Stephen, I'm going to come to you first. Are you becoming too reliant on Erling Haaland?
Probably.
You personally?
He's doing my washing for me.
Yeah. To be fair, he's doing so well.
Yeah, he's doing really well.
13 goals in the Premier League, 4 in the Champions League.
Yeah, I mean, we probably are a little bit, but we have been without Marmoush for a while. I always sort of think about that when everyone says about how many he scored, but, you know, you cast your mind back to City's great side, the treble winning season. I think the next highest goals in the Premier League was like 11 with Foden, and then Alvarez with 9. Haaland was miles out in front of everyone else that year, and I can't imagine a scenario where Marmoush, if he plays regularly, doesn't score 10 goals, you know, in the Premier League, and I'm sure a few more from Foden and Shirky and so on. So yeah, right now we are, but then the team is leaning on its best player. So what, you know, like that's absolutely fine. And for now, as the team sort of finds his consistency, as new ideas are formed and so on, and he's also really bloody good. So if you've got Haaland, use him.
Perfect. Laurence, Liverpool been going through a real sticky patch at the moment.
I didn't know.
The big question, can they still win the league, realistically?
I was going to do the mathematical thing. Well, mathematically, yeah. I think Liverpool can. I think. The points gap's not quite there yet. They've just got to remain in contact. Yeah, I think you have to remain within, most people say 5 points, but I think it's more like 9. And then those close pretty quick if you can get reverse fixtures and those kind of things. I think Arsenal personally will be able to deal with the pressure because I think they think it's their year. And sometimes when you think your team is destined, then you can do it. But I don't see why Liverpool, similar to City, I guess, hit a couple of shapes that they like to work during games and work out how to break down that low block. I think we're right.
Do you think Slot has changed too much this season at Liverpool?
I don't know if it's Slot who changed so much. I think actually it kind of came from above, and Slot was kind of detailed with changing stuff.
Okay.
So I think he's had to deal with a lot of change, and I think he's actually dealt relatively well with a lot of the changes. I just think there's a few players in there where, you know, you need to find the right position to just deploy them, slight tweaks, those kind of things, and I think we'll see a team clicking. Cool.
Stephen, what's your prediction for the weekend? What's the score going to be?
I'm actually quite confident. Usually Liverpool games, I'm not really there, but away from home, yeah, never. Anfield, I always expect City to struggle. But yeah, at home, given the momentum of both sides, and I know obviously the good result against Villa, I think City will win this one. I'm feeling pretty confident that the way that we set up against Bournemouth with that sort of freedom of Doku and Shirky and Foden behind Haaland, Liverpool have not been quite as watertight as they used to be. And I think there are chances to be had there, and I think we'll find them. And I don't think you're quite as strong mentally as you were maybe last season. And I do think if City get the crowd behind them, get an early goal with Haaland, I think he could even run amok, really, Haaland. Maybe we'll rely on him again a bit too much. But yeah, I think I'm going to win. I'm going to
Give us a score prediction.
3-1.
Okay, Laurence, to you?
Nice. I'll go 2-1 Liverpool.
Okay.
Yeah. I actually think it's interesting to see the battle between Haaland and Van Dijk and Konate.
Yeah.
And it might be one of the first years that he gets the better of them for longer than, you know, a little period of the game. So I'll be interested to see how he does. I think Liverpool will click.
Okay, well, perfect. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do a combined starting 11 of both Man City and Liverpool players in current form.
Okay, so available.
All-time available players that will probably be playing this weekend. And we're going to try together to do a combined 11, okay? So
it's going to be fun.
We're going to start with the goalkeeper. Who are we going to go for in goal?
So Alisson's not available, is he?
Alisson's not available. I would have said Alisson. I think Alisson is the best goalkeeper in Europe.
Okay. Big G, man. It's big Donnarumma, isn't it?
He's got to be Donnarumma. Just because Mamardashvili, he's not had a great start of it, but I don't think that makes him a bad goalkeeper. I just think Donnarumma's probably the best goalkeeper in Europe. So.
Yeah, I've been quietly impressed is the wrong thing. I think there's so much noise about how we played and how he wouldn't have fit, and we know how good a shot stopper is, but that you underestimate maybe the intangibles as a football fan, and his presence is ridiculous.
Yeah,
I was there in his first game against United, and he just looks massive. I know that sounds like a weird thing to point out, but he actually fills the goal so much, and he's got that big luminous kit on as well that he wears, and I can imagine most strikers see that and go, oh, that's Donnarumma. And obviously elite strikers like an Mbappe wouldn't care, but most of them aren't Mbappe. And like,
younger
I think
than I thought as well.
Yeah, and he doesn't look it.
No,
he's like, he's got that.
That's what I mean.
No,
Slagging off our own keepers here, aren't we?
I think he probably admit
Alisson's
himself.
beautiful, I think. And Mamadashvili's beard's really nice. So
It's wonderful.
Yeah.
So he's done with his hairline. Absolutely fantastic.
he does. I do like his little sweep thing that he does. It
It's
does
a bit
quite-
comb over. It's a
Yeah,
bit
it's nice,
comb
though.
over. No,
That reason we're putting
well,
him
I
in.
mean, he looks experienced. He's got a lot of knowledge behind those.
That's
eyes.
because he does have a lot of
it's
experience. The
ridiculous.
guy's literally been at only elite clubs for his whole career, and he's done this pretty much since he was a teenager.
Since his paper round, basically.
Yeah,
Played
he's-
for Milan.
There's not really a flaw to his game as a goalkeeper. Maybe he's not got distribution of like maybe an Edison or an Allison. But
been
actually, I
alright,
still
but
think
yeah.
his distribution.
It's alright.
It's not the foot distribution. I just think he has improved in that area as
Yeah.
well. And I think under Pep, you're always going to improve in that area. So yeah, I mean, if Pep likes him, there's no reason to take away.
It's big.
Okay,
That
so
fits.
who is going to be our left back in this combined 11?
Who would be your left back?
Nico O'Reilly's been genuinely fantastic. I'm
I
not
can't
even
really argue
exaggerating.
with
He's
it.
just got into the England squad here. He scored the other day. He's
Great
been-
goal as well.
Yeah, he's been ridiculous. Like 6'5". He's the archetypal modern Premier League player. Technically really good, fast, strong, 6'5", versatile. He was an attacking midfielder 12 months ago, and now Pep's gone, nope, you're a left back, mate. And he's been brilliant there. In fact, if he played against Villa, we might have even won that. We looked like a different side about him. And it's weird, we signed Nori for 30 million from Wolves, and I don't think he's going to get back in the side. I genuinely don't.
Wow.
Because O'Reilly's been brilliant. One of our most consistent players this season.
Do you both agree on that?
Honourable shout for Robbo. Because I think he's always
Yeah.
someone he's a Premier League legend and arguably for a one club guy, I think he's fantastic.
What's going on with Kirkes?
Just taking time to bed in. I think we need to change shape a little bit for him, so I can't put him into this. I reckon if we shifted to the shape we want this season, then Kirkes would be in there, but we're not in that shape, and nor is this starting 11. So,
Okay, we're going to transfer over to the other side of the pitch and go with right back.
who's your nomination?
It's been Nunes or Kusanov. I'll nominate Nunes. He's improved a lot. He's not a right back. He wasn't. Well, he is now, but he wasn't prior to a few months ago. Another Pep conversion. And against Semenyo the other day, he was absolutely brilliant. He locked him down. He's had a really good performances against a whole bunch of teams. There are still the odd moments where he's a little bit loose, maybe the odd mistake here and there. But I've been really impressed. He's one of those guys where he's probably not an elite superstar, but every year, and he was a bit of a misfit at first, but every year he seems to be getting better and better. And I'm nominating Nunes because he's our right back.
I'm going to go Bradley.
Okay.
Frimpong's not really been in the side. He's been injured. Soboslai's been fantastic, but I think he'll make it in elsewhere into the team. I think I'll go Bradley because, there have been games where I don't think he's been, the peak of Bradley we saw last year where, he was running through Mbappe and people like that. But I still think he's great. And I think his attacking, what he adds attack-wise, especially as kind of like that utility style winger, I think that is what gets him in over someone like Nunes, who I think is more of, he'll tuck in a little bit more, or kind of he's more there to empower the midfield.
So we need a decision. Is anyone going to step down?
I think
fancy
it's
stepping down.
Okay. I think you makes the call then, isn't it?
Oh,
Yeah.
don't do that to me. Don't do that. I'm going to go with Bradley just because I think I like him as a
Great shout.
player.
Yeah.
I do like him as a player.
I understand why people were probably sleeping on Nunes. Yeah, I think City fans are paying more attention to him, but he's been quietly
I
very
thought he
good.
was good in your pre-season. Like he played like some interesting passes in your pre-season.
He was more of he got forward a lot more. He's been
Yeah.
more defensive actually.
Yeah.
He's been good at it as well.
Right, the big one. 2 centre halves. Who are we going to go for?
I'll put out Virgil van Dijk and you'll put out.
Ruben Diaz.
Yeah, it's a pretty formidable
So
combo.
I'm
isn't
fine
it?
with that. I
There
think
you go.
Vardyal's been excellent, but I don't think Van Dijk's been that great this season, has he?
I still think he's been better than a lot of other players. In the
Yeah, Vardyal and Diaz have been excellent together. Like they one of the only. I mean, against Arsenal, they didn't have a single chance from a corner, which is such a weird thing to brag about. But given they are just Stoke these days, slightly better than Stoke, admittedly, but they are. Van Dijk and Diaz need switching sides there, don't they? Definitely.
Yeah,
Just got to get it right. It's very hard as a City fan as a football fan to deny Van Dijk. But Diaz he's needed Donnarumma actually. He's the kind of guy who needs that, someone just to bounce off. And
Yeah.
he loves a bromance, Diaz. And I think Donnarumma,
doesn't?
exactly, yeah.
I'll take that though. I think that's a fairly formidable backline, isn't it?
Perfect. So our goalkeeper is set. We've got our back 4 in place. It's now time for our midfield 3. So Laurence, I'm going to come to you first.
For me, the only unarguable from our team would be Soboslai. I think Soboslai is dynamic. He is forward thinking. He can be 6, can be an 8, can even be a 10. He offers everything that I think I don't really think there's another player in any of the starting 11s that can kind of offer.
Okay.
He's the best two-way midfielder, I think, of anyone we can pick right now.
Well, yeah, potentially.
You think of someone else?
have to.
Kevin De Bruyne doesn't play for you anymore.
No, I have to get,
surprises me. I know he's obviously.
I have to get Foden in there. I think he's been wonderful for City this season.
I'd be interested to know where we fit him.
He's been more of an 8, to be honest. And against Bournemouth the other day, he was playing a little deeper to sort of allow Shirky to do his thing. And it's the first time I've seen him do that knitting together thing. He was doing tactical fouls, which is so good to see. You know, smarter, more mature. It is, of course it is. You want your players to be smart and cute every now and then. And like the kind of things that experienced players do when they know when to put a foot in or when not to. And it's and he's ran more than the fifth furthest runner in the top 5 leagues in Europe this season. He's running everywhere. He's working really hard. He's always got the pre-assist or the actual chance creation as well. And it's been a reasonably inexperienced side. And like Phil is 25 years old now, but he's taken responsibility as a senior player in a younger side to lead the team, and he's been brilliant. And I also would like to nominate Nico Gonzalez, who was a stand-in who has been like leading the Premier League for loads of metrics this season. I must admit, I should have done more research to lead them out, but he's been at number 1 or 2 for so many things, you know.
But what kind of?
For things like aerial duels won, for pass completion. I think he's got if not the top 2 or 3 pass completion in the Premier League as a midfielder. Line breaking passes as well. He's up there with Bruno Fernandes, which is wild. Him, Elliot Anderson, Bruno Fernandes are the top 3. The thing is, he's not Rodri, so everyone. And Rodri's fit, by the way, actually, technically. He's technically came on the other day, so actually, to be honest, like, yeah, let's just put Rodri in there.
Do you think he'll start?
No, he's not, but I can't. I mean, he can start, and we're doing fit, so you can't argue against Rodri, can we? Can we argue against Rodri?
So if you're going to have one of the two, Foden or Rodri, in here, I know you're
both.
going to debate to have both, but who would you have to lock one in at least?
Being fair, I would have Foden.
Okay, so Foden, Szoboszlai.
I think those can be your 2 8s.
Yeah.
Okay, and then
it was
we've
your
got
number
one
6.
more place.
Well, it's Grav.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's been not quite as impressive as last season, has he? What I've seen.
People have just, again, it's kind of a slept-on thing. I think it's kind of assumed that he'll just perform really well. I guess you could make the argument Liverpool have been poor overall, so there's probably not the individual performances there. But I think Grav has actually been he's been the anchor that when we've actually played well, because he's been in the side. And I'm not. Can you make that argument about Rodri? I think Rodri's.
No, I just wanted to get an easy win there because he's Rodri. But I honestly do believe it's Nico Gonzalez. He's been fantastic for us as a backup, but he stepped into the side. And
how many games has he played now this season?
He started the vast majority.
Yeah.
He's probably started about 7 or 8 of them. So, and when he didn't against Villa, we were half the side. The midfield was run through,
which is why Phil Foden shouldn't be in there. But fair play. I really like Phil Foden, so I can't talk him down. I'll concede. I want to concede Grav, but I don't want to concede him because I feel like he is. Gravenberch and Szoboszlai is a pretty lethal combination, to be honest. And I can kind of see that working as 2 8s or 2 sitting deep, and then Foden as the lone 10.
It's worth reminding yourself that City and Foden and Nico Gonzalez have scored more and also conceded less, and that's a lot.
Well, no. When you say City and Foden have scored more, you mean Haaland has scored more in the same team as Phil Foden.
He doesn't score those goals on his own, does he? And we don't.
Doesn't score the goals on his own, but I've got to admit, it does look that way.
It does look that way.
It does look that way. Whereas with Gravenberch, I think there's more balance than maybe a Gonzalez type.
Conceded less as well, but Haaland's not keeping them out.
We're going to put Gonzalez in there, okay? Because I don't want to be put under pressure.
You've bottled that.
I have bottled that because I prefer Gravenberch, but I've bottled that.
Don't worry.
But you've conceded it kind of. You said, look, if I'm going to concede, and the second I heard that, I thought, there you go, I've got a license to concede the point.
That was more just me trying to be charitable. Okay, fair play to you. All right,
here we go. The
front line, we're going to be killers.
Here we go.
All right, so
I think we know one of them.
Haaland's genuinely non-negotiable. Like,
you sure?
Yeah, 100%. He needs 2 more goals to be, I think, the fastest to ever. No, what is it? He's about to get 100 Premier League goals. He's already done that. He's so many stats and records that he breaks.
It's annoying, isn't it?
Yeah, he's just ridiculous. Haaland, and more than these goals this season, Pep chose him as one of the captains. Pep usually lets the players choose, like, you know, they all have a vote and so on. After the disaster of last season, the disaster of Kyle Walker being our captain, Kyle Walker, I love Kyle Walker, but as a captain, horrific, truly horrific.
Not a really captain.
So Pep decided to choose the captains for the first time in his career, and he put Haaland as one of them because he signed a 9.5-year contract, And he's at that age now where he's mid-20s with a young side where you take responsibility. You're Erling Haaland, you have this indomitable presence, you're a fantastic goal scorer, and you're a winner, incredibly hard-working, and I think he's really revelled in it. It's not just the fact that he's scoring goals, the amount of headers he wins in his own area defensively now, and his pressing is just twice as what it was. His touch has got better, his overall game. He's been relentlessly brilliant and aggressive, and it's an honour to watch him as a football fan.
Haaland, don't
I love him, man. I think, but I love.
This is the anti-Rory Jennings.
I love seeing someone who's so dedicated to his craft, and also he loves the club as well. So to me, as a City fan, seeing this guy who is a once in a lifetime footballer who still makes me laugh out loud when he goes for a goal with that lurching run of his and the barreling pace towards the goal. I think it's brilliant to watch, and I think anyone who finds Haaland boring is an absolute,
Laurence, you think you could go against that?
So I'd like to play someone alongside him, but obviously Haaland's prolific, and I think anyone, like you said, anyone who doesn't enjoy scoring a goal is kind of boring.
No penalties as well, for what it's worth as well.
It's true.
All just great finishes.
I guess the annoying thing is that it feels a bit like a computer game sometimes. It feels a bit repetitive, and that's why I want to introduce Ekitike, not in antithesis to Haaland, but I want to play him from the left, and I don't think that's such a bad position for him. I think you could probably make an argument that this would be a more that Pep and Slot, quite adaptable shapes if they want to have that. The Dutch foundations, maybe you could put 2 10s in there, or whatever you want to say. I'm going to put Ekitike in there because I think Ekitike has been Liverpool's best player in the forward line this season.
I want Doku in this.
I thought it was going to be easy. I thought it was going to be an easy one. I'm making a decision again.
Put Doku on the right if you want to. I don't really matter. It doesn't really matter to me. I know you go for Salah over there as well, but Doku has been in electric for City this season. He's not just the dribbles. He's added assists. He's added creativity. He's drifting centrally, linking up with Foden and Shirky and Haaland, and he's been. He's been electric, to be honest. Really creative and a lot more mature than he was last season. He's learned to slow down a little bit and get his head up and play the pass. And I still think Doku's one of the most unique footballers in the world. Like the way that he plays the game, like he's a street footballer. He'd probably be the best five-a-side footballer ever. You know, like he's that level of. It's ridiculous. But I feel passionate about. I mean, on the right, for what it's worth, City, Savinho and Bob, and they haven't really set the world alight this season. But I feel passionately about Haaland and Doku. Based off one cameo with Shirky, I want him on the right too, but I concede that he hasn't played much football.
Laurence, is there anyone else you want on the right-hand side, or can you concede Doku?
How's Salah been getting on this season?
I think Mo Salah, I actually think a lot of people have underestimated where Mo Salah has performed for Liverpool this season. I think he's done a lot of self-sacrifice, and I think he's been between a couple of positions, and he still does have output. It's not like the guy is completely gone. And to be credit, I mean, playing Aston Villa isn't really a great litmus test of where a player's at, but I think he did play particularly well against them.
What's his stats like this season? I don't actually know.
So he's about half where he was last season at this point, which is still
goals.
better than most other players in the league. But I would definitely say of the two players this season, I would have enjoyed watching Doku more. And that's not necessarily a slight on Salah.
You've just one of their greatest ever legends, and he's just that's bear in mind.
Put them in. I just got the look. Put them in.
I think actually,
Ekitike on the left, Doku on the right.
I think that's actually a really reasonable side.
I agree.
Come the end of the season, maybe we'll change this 11. I think right now it's probably difficult as a Liverpool fan to make the argument that a lot of these players deserve to go in, because Doku has been absolutely scintillating.
Yeah, he's been brilliant.
But I think that's why I want Ekitike in. You were talking about the passion that Haaland has. Ekitike is showing a grit. And I think publicly, a lot of people have been quite disrespectful to him because they've just been, he plays back up to Isak. He hasn't, though, has he? He's literally been the guy that gets the goals for Liverpool.
By the way, where is Florian Wirtz and Isak as well? 250 million spent on those two, roughly, give or take, probably about 10, 15 million less than that, but well over 200 million pounds, and barely a cursory, not even a single mention.
Is it worrying that there wasn't even a thought about them?
Yeah.
Not really, because we're only 10 games into the season. And I also think what's crazy is Liverpool spent however much in the summer and still haven't spent as much as City have in the last few windows. It's incredible, really.
Is that true?
Yes.
Is it, though?
Yeah, we haven't outspent City.
In the past, few years?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't be bothered to work it out. You're probably right. But
I am right.
Yeah. But
isn't that incredible?
Either way, yeah.
Isn't that incredible?
Yes.
I mean, the starting 11's good, but what we managed to do in spending all that money in this window and then still not outspending...
I mean, what we did, we got good value for our money, to be fair. 4 out of 5 league titles and a treble on the way. It was decent, so we spent it and we spent it well.
Do you know what I've worked out in football when you quote numbers you've lost?
You just mentioned that we spent how much money that we spent, basically.
Yeah, but you're talking about we got all this, we got all that. It's literally...
It was going so well.
What, trophies?
Getting along so well.
Start talking about how many trophies you won.
Are we
lost.
happy with the team? Are we happy with the team?
I'm relatively happy with that side, yeah.
Cool. Well, there you go, guys. That was our combined 11 for this weekend's Manchester City versus Liverpool game. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and make sure to check out our next video, Hot Takes.